Hello students. Now seventh problem for from the review assignment JEE Advanced 2020. This problem is from fluid mechanics topic, and the concepts which are associated with this problem are understanding of pressure variation in the liquid, understanding the whole idea of buoyant force, buoyancy, and then understanding the idea of equilibrium of object. So three concepts are involved. One is the pressure variation concept. Second one, concept of the buoyancy. And third, the concept of equilibrium. So I will explore these concepts one by one and then I will solve this question. Concept number one is the pressure variation. That is the first concept which will be used in this particular question, is the variation of pressure in this cylinder. We have done questions in our classroom where if you have a rotating cylinder, if a cylinder rotates about its axis and it is filled by the liquid, we have done these questions that the surface of liquid becomes parabolic. So I'm not going to derive this result. I will just recall the result that if pressure at this point is P naught and it is rotating with constant angular speed omega, then going x distance away from axis, if you find pressure equals to P, then that pressure P is P naught plus rho, which is the density of liquid, times omega square times x square by twice of g. This is the one concept, this is concept which will be used in this particular question, that pressure variation in the rotating cylinder is given by this equation. This is the pressure variation concept. Right? Now, this concept will be used here in the following way. Before giving this angular speed, before having this angular speed, if you read the question, you will come to know that before we started rotating the cylinder, the bead was at rest. So without angular speed omega, if I draw the free body diagram of bead, it will have following forces. One will be its weight, which is volume of the bead, density of the bead times g. Listen, here is the density, here the rho is the density of your liquid which is filled in the cylinder. This rho is the density of material of the bead. So this is the weight of that bead, and buoyancy will be in the upward direction, which as per the Archimedes principle should be volume displaced is V multiplied by density of liquid in which the object is submerged times G. Right? And since it is connected by the string, it will have capital T, which is the tension force. It is necessary that for tension to be a positive number, because tension force mathematically can never be negative value, so tension has to be positive. So under equilibrium without omega, you will write V rho of liquid times G plus capital T equals to V rho, which is of bead, times G. And for T to be a positive value, it is obvious that density of liquid is more than density of the material of object. That's obvious now. Now we will draw free body diagram with omega. Having omega, the free body diagram will be changed now. And now the argument part. The moment you start rotating the cylinder, the moment which you start rotating this cylinder, notice from here the pressure away from the axis is always more than pressure near the axis. So when the cylinder will be rotated, pressure near the axis will be low and the pressure away from axis will be higher, which means on the right side you will have higher pressure of the liquid and the left side you will have low pressure of the liquid. So this bead will experience high pressure from this side and low pressure from this side, and when it will experience higher pressure from this side, it will experience horizontal force to the left side also. So now that bead will experience a resultant horizontal force to the left side, and this force which is caused by pressure difference, this force which is caused by pressure difference on the left and right side of this bead is known to be buoyancy, and this is calculated by volume multiplied by density of liquid and then acceleration at this point, which is omega square times small r. This is a very tough concept. You need to understand this bead will experience horizontal force from the liquid once the cylinder has been rotated. Because after rotation, the pressure at 2 points which are on the same level will not be equal. Away from the axis you will have higher pressure, near the axis you will have lower pressure. So from the higher pressure side, the bead will experience a force to the left side, and that's why the bead will rotate like this and it will sink up to the height of h. That was the question. It will rotate like this, it will sink by the distance h, vertically h. And at this moment, if the bead is at a distance of small r from the axis, at this moment, if the bead is at a distance small r from the axis, that small r will be used here, because the acceleration of liquid at this point, will be omega square times small r. Apart from this force, which is caused by pressure difference on both sides, other forces will be the weight of the bead, which is again V rho g, the buoyancy in the upward direction because of acceleration due to gravity, and then the bead is now inside a rotating frame. The bead is in the equilibrium with respect to a rotating frame, and mechanics says whenever a particle is inside the rotating frame, it will experience centrifugal force away from the axis. So another force in this direction will be the centrifugal force, which is V into rho of bead, that defines the mass of bead, into omega square into small r, that is the centrifugal force. And then there will be a tension force in the string in this direction, and let's say the string turns by angle theta. So this T will be at an angle of theta now, and if I resolve this capital T in the vertical and horizontal direction, and if I balance all the forces, If I balance all forces, I will do it verbally. T cos theta will be in the downward direction and T sin theta in the horizontal direction. So you will write T sin theta plus this V rho omega square small r equals to V rho L omega square small r, and then you will write V rho L g equals to V rho g plus T cos theta in the downward direction. And by doing this, by balancing the forces, you will get a result which is tan theta equals to, omega square small r over g. You will get this result. Now, what is small r? To find the value of small r, I will use the other information given in this question. And the other information which is given in this question is that bead sinks by distance small h. And that means if I drop a perpendicular, then this distance is small h. This vertical distance is small h. And now focus on this small triangle. If I focus on this small triangle where this angle is theta, this portion belongs to string length L, and when the bead is now h distance below the starting point, this remaining distance of triangle will be L minus h, and using Pythagoras theorem you can find this length, which will come as square root of 2L minus h times h. So this triangle can be used for tan theta, for finding the value of tan theta. And then for small r, notice if this length is capital L, then this horizontal portion will be L sin theta, and if I subtract this L sin theta from this capital R, I will get the value of small r. So I can write small r equals to capital R minus L sin theta, and you can get sin theta from this triangle, and tan theta from this triangle will be written as square root of 2L minus h into h over L minus h. So you put all the values here, you will find omega, and after finding omega, you can use the relation that revolution frequency f, which is number of revolutions per second, is omega over 2 pi. I repeat, you need to substitute tan theta from this triangle, and then you also substitute the value of small r as capital R minus L sin theta, where sin theta will be obtained from this triangle. And after doing all this mathematics, you will get the value of omega. Then the frequency of revolution will be omega divided by 2 pi. And then after complete simplification, your answer will be square root of g times square root of 2L minus h times h over capital R minus square root of 2L minus h into h in a bracket, and then L minus h upon 2 pi. Remember, this is the value of omega. This is not the value of frequency. The whole expression in the square root factor is the value of omega. You have to divide it by 2 pi, and then frequency will be obtained in this question. So again, a beneficial question, important question for understanding of concepts in the fluid mechanics, equilibrium of object, idea of centrifugal force, concept of buoyancy. So lot of concepts are used in this question, and that's why it is a revision problem for JEE Advanced only. It is not for the beginners. I request you or suggest you to solve these kind of questions only if you are completely done with your theory part and you understand and you know the concepts very well, so that now you can apply those concepts for the questions similar to that, questions of level similar to that which is used, which is asked in JEE advanced papers. Right? Take care, solve the question, stay at home, stay safe. Bye bye.